Hi, and thank you for coming to Spirit-Seer Tarot Card channel. And I'm here to help to do a coffee cup reading, and I've got one for you. It's new moon is in Gemini. It starts on May 26th. So this reading from May 26th to June the 1st. I've already meditated and ask my spirit guides to help me out and to read your coffee cup for you. And I did with an oracle deck. I did a layout for a new moon in Gemini. So let's get started. Again, I'm going to ask the spirit guides and all the interdimensional beings and the angels to help me with this reading. Hopefully it's a blessing, or it's a message and something resonates with you and all the people who ever tuned in to listen. Okay, let's get started. I think what we should start with is, first of all, about the new moon. A new moon, especially in, this month especially because it's in Gemini, but a new moon is the time for, like it says, it's a new moon, it's time for new beginnings. It's the time of month when the new zodiac sign usually comes in the new moon. Other thing that happens with a new moon is that it's when the moon's dark, when you don't see it. It's when it's less illuminated, just the reverse from a full moon. Well, just like it implies, it's you can't see it. So everything is in the dark. It's the time to start things, clean out if you haven't done it already. Anything that you need to get rid of, it's time to get it over with. And because it's time for new beginnings. And, when you start something new and you don't want everybody to know, that's the way I always think of a new moon. You can kind of, nobody can see. It's not like a full moon where everything's all lit up and everybody's looking at you or whatever. You can kind of go ahead and fix things, or look at it and look at it any kind of way you want to while the moon is a new moon, okay? So let's get started. I did the coffee cup one. Oh boy, this coffee cup. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's just tell you all about that. Thank you, kind spirit. Like I told you the last time we talked, is that, I see things in these cups that nobody, I show it to somebody else. Can't you see that? Can't you see that? And they said, I ain't seen nothing. Didn't see a thing. Well, I saw a whole bunch in this cup this week. And this is, again, for the reading of May 26th through the 1st of June, okay? Let's just see what happens. Well, right off the bat, what I noticed, and I'm going to hope you're going to see it. Let me see if I got a little pointer or something. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's start right here. Can you see that moon down there? Let's see if I can. Right over here, there's the moon. Well, maybe you can't see it real good, but it's a cat in the moon. Usually you say it's a man in the moon, but it's a cat in the moon. Well, what does that mean? Well, the cat in the moon is basically telling me, or spirit's telling me, when I look at it, it's like, whoever, this reading is a general reading for anybody that's listening. I hope it resonates with you. And a matter of fact, if you get anything out of this, please punch a like and subscribe while I'm thinking about it, because I forget, and I really need confirmation that somebody's looking at me, okay? And you like it. If you like it, come and punch and subscribe. I'm going to do some special things for people that subscribe. Okay, but here you go again. What that moon is saying to me. Moon is the planet for Pisces and intuition, mystery, all the things that we associate with the moon. But with a cat also, it's telling you that right through now that you need to think about, how would you say, the moon is, some people say it's superstitious or whatever. It's not necessarily always superstitious, but it's also, sometimes it's good luck. But bottom line is, it's a lot of intuition. You need to think about it because things are happening that you can't always see. Use your mind and intuition. It's telling you that you need to really think about it right now. This cat looks like it's got a little ball in it, like playing with your mind. So you're deep into your emotions, into yourself. When that happens to you, like you're deep, you might be a little depressed or down or whatever, but your heart is heavy, as my sister would always say. My heart's just heavy. It's just that way, whoever this cup of reading is for. But it's not dark always. Again, the reason why I'm saying that is because it's a new moon. You can't see it right now and it's dark. But it's not dark always. So, this moon is telling you, think about your intuition and kind of look inside of yourself. Don't get all bent in about emotions and so forth, because all it's going to do is just, make you feel better. Okay. But now, look what happens right over here. Coming right over there. You see that horseshoe? Horseshoe, like old folks used to say, I guess, or young folks, old folks, whatever. But a horseshoe they used to put over the door for good luck. They have a real horseshoe, put it over the door, and it's kind of good luck. Well, your horseshoe, if you're looking at this reading, what it's got in it that's really different is that it's got how would you say? It's got a dipper in it, like a big dipper, the star constellation. The dipper is the little dipper. You got a little dipper because the big deal is this: down the bottom of the cup, you got a big dipper. Well, stars represent, for me, it means I always sing the song whenever Disney, just goes right to it. When you wish upon a star, not only you got a wish, but good luck with it, because that's a blessing. That's really something to see. So know that, it ain't dark always, it's going to get light, and that some good luck is coming. And if you need to wish on whatever you want to, concentrate. Right now, thank you, kind spirit. Feels like whoever this is out there, that you're kind of confused right now. You don't know which way to go, backwards or forward or not. But you look inside and you get some of those answers. But coming up real soon here, this week or so, you got some luck coming for you. And if you make a wish, you can do anything that you think to. If you wish on it hard enough, you can change that imagination of dreams into something real. You got to really know what you want to do. Right now, you just kind of wishy-washy. That's what it sounds like to me when I look at that. Because guess what comes up next in the cup? Can't make this up. You can see that. Can you see them? See them two dancing people? And they dancing over a heart. Like love is in the air. They getting down in the cup right there. Look at them. Can you see them? You can see that one. Now, if you can't see that one, what can I say? I know more than me is seeing them two dancing people. They're dancing and look like her dress is one of them can dresses. She got it all flared up and stuff. You can see that it's right over her heart. So I don't know if somebody out there getting ready to meet somebody and look like some love is in the air, And oh my goodness, right next to that cat's good luck there. They dancing right into it. So then down at the bottom of the cup, a big dipper. Can you see the constellation? See, there's the handle. Oh, let's see. There's the handle and the dip. Yeah? Can you see it? You can see that one, right? Yes, you can. Good. Okay. So let me just go ahead and tell you like this. Thank you, kind spirit. Help me out with this cup reading. What we're really looking at there is this. This week is really interesting. Not only is the moon in Gemini changing, but it's a time that you need to really reflect real quickly because change is coming. While the moon is dark and ain't nobody looking at you. I know you kind of feel a little low or whatever, but bottom line is that things are going to change real quick and get better. Okay, But you need to start thinking about what you want to do. Make some plans. Get some action. Get it moving. Because looks to me like you're gonna meet somebody. That's what the cup is saying. Real soon, and look like love is in the air. I told you. Big Dipper, not no Little Dipper. And so don't just be dreaming. Oh, I wish I had me some potato chips and Coca-Cola. No. You want the big stuff. Get you some ice cream and with the too juicy fruity and put all the stuff on the top of it. Wish for it, you get it. If you want a big dipper, big dipper, go ahead and dip. Look at them stars, they're working for you. Now, I did a moon reading. I shuffled these cards and meditated and asked my spirit guides to help me out and see what it saw. Well, let me just put it this way. I just read that cup, but the cup is almost saying the thing. This is what's coming at you. This is step out of your comfort zone. We were just talking about that, weren't we? It's a north node. Can you see that? Okay. It's just kind of where the moon and stars are at. But bottom line is that it's telling you to step out of your comfort zone. Well, you need to. Obviously, you're not so comfortable because what this was saying here is that you've been kind of depressed or worried about something or things ain't quite right. Well, this is the time you need to step out of your zone. It's almost like, to me, this is like the Hangman card in the tarot deck, where you need to sit back and just look at things maybe a little bit differently and get out your comfort zone, because it's a blessing for you. Get out the comfort zone and make a wish and make a plan and go for it. Be a little practical about it. Don't just stay there. That moon is telling you, you're so emotional about it. You need to make a practical plan on whatever you want to do. This is telling you, this card here is the second card I pulled, and I asked, how would you say, conclusion. You can believe it or not, things are kind of coming to an end. Whatever that thing that you worried about, it's coming to an end. You can't keep on going like it's been going. Whoever this is or the situation that you're in, it might be a lover, it might be whatever, but it's getting over. Conclusion is near. You just got to look at the things a little bit differently than what it is, but one way or the other, if you like it or not, boom, it's going to end. Conclusions are near. Okay, can you see that? That's what the moon is telling you. The moon, to me, I like moon readings because maybe we all see things and get things different ways. But the moon, to me, is always the kind of lets me know in advance. I get a little intuition. I got this feeling. Well, this is telling you that, look, don't care how you do it, how you want to wash it, whatever, you need to kind of look at the situation differently, make you some plans, because ain't long because whatever was going on is over, and you need to be making plans right now during this new moon. Okay, this one here, it's almost saying the same thing. It says new moon in Pisces. Okay, again, new moon in Pisces. Well, Pisces is all about intuition and mystery, spirit. You're there right now. You hear, something's not right, and when you know something's not right, you need to meditate. And again, I want you to look at things just a little bit different, because we're in a period of Gemini where everything, you can look at it, things clearly, a little bit better, but look at it a little differently than what you have. But anyway you go, what this is telling you, conclusion is near. I was messing around today and I playing with the cards and, asked it. But what kept coming up is that conclusion, end, start over, it's finished, Anyway, I looked at it and I've been feeling that way, to tell you, whoever you are out there, anybody listening, You know, whatever's been going on, you say, hey, come on, you need to turn the coin over. It's two sides to every coin. Turn it over and make up your mind. You know, you're going to have to make a decision real quick about, are you going to go on with that or you're not? Okay, whatever it is. This is what these cards and this cup is telling you. Cup is telling you, whenever you do, you almost can't go. I know how to say it. You almost can't go wrong with the stuff you use. But you need to turn it around and look at it a little bit differently and go ahead and use it. Because if you don't, it's going to happen to you anyway. So you just be happy with the conclusion. The other thing that I got, the next card, the final card, how does it come out? Get ready for this. Your dreams need a practical plan. Do you see that? It's something you need to go ahead. You know, you've been dreaming or whatever it is. Whatever, if you haven't been dreaming, then dream. But make sure you make a practical plan with it, because conclusion is coming. Whatever you've been dealing with, coming to a real. So let me shuffle these cards here and just see what we get. I'm just curious to see, you know, we got a conclusion that you need to definitely, you know, make some plans, because whatever you're going through, it ain't going to be that way always. A matter of fact, it's a new moon and you need to get on it real quick, because all at once it's just like the Tower card. You know, hey, doom, there it is. You know, it's over. Okay, I'm going to just pull this one. Let's just see. Look at that. It's a three of wands. The three of wands is basically telling you, you know, it's expansion time to move. You know, he's looking. Can you see what he's doing? He's looking on. You know, he made his plans. He's trying to make a plan and trying to make a plan to go on. 3 is about expansion and moving on. You know, it's a movement card, and it's wands at that. Wands is, you know, hey, like I said, make some plans and move on. It's a new moon, and you and everybody else, as far as I'm concerned, we're here in the land of the living, where we can touch and feel. And as long as we can do that, we can make plans and dream. And we're in these bodies, these little avatars of ours. Let's move them around. And look to me like this is a good reading, but you know, you can see what's happening. You know better than I do when you know things are kind of coming to an end or at an end, you know, and you're at your last wits. That's what these cards are saying. Go ahead and make some plans. It's going to be just fine. You know, just the advice for this is telling you, make some plans and go ahead and think about moving on. You know, I know it's kind of hard. Your emotions is telling you that, but you know, maybe you gotta let them go. Let them go, or at least the situation go. Hey, hope you enjoyed the reading for May 26th through June 1st. See you soon. Please, if you saw anything resonated with you, would you please punch a like and subscribe if you will. Hey, thanks for coming, Spirit-Seer. Bye-bye. Yep, let me just see it.